Alrighty fam, welcome back to another video. So we're back with another account review. This time shout out to Blue Beast. Thank you for lending me your account. We're going to jump on, have a quick look. I'm going to try and make this one a little bit more educational as well. Like I feel like they're pretty educational, but this one, like Blue wants to have some help with his boss battles, like what teams to use, his PvP teams, how to get holy relics, all that kind of stuff. So we'll probably go a little bit faster through the other things and then spend a bit more time just actually building out and setting the teams. And I'll show you guys the logic that I use for like how to build a PvP team, or how to build a boss battle team or anything like that. So if you're on the newer side or the intermediate side, and this hopefully help you, the more experienced guys, sit back and hopefully you enjoy it anyway, and you can pull apart and you can critique me and what I've done wrong and what you think you would do instead. You can throw it all down in the comments below. So for lack of delay, no more delay, we'll get stuck into it. What I'm trying to say. So first things first, obviously costumes on everyone. I'm loving the vibes. I always like this outfit on King. Dian, you can't change much. Merlin's a bit boring, but I don't feel like there's much you can do with Merlin. And that's the OG Gopher, so nothing much to say there. Let's grab the cash. Now, first thing, perfect friends to eat. So one thing I'll say, straight away level 110, really good solid amount of gold and gems, which is awesome. So really ready for the next thing that you need to do. 300's obviously not heaps, but it's I think I'm about 300-400 myself after doing a full rotation on Hell. So sounds like you've probably done the same and you're in a good spot. We're up to level 620, so we are up to the Demon King, which is interesting. So we haven't been able to finish that yet, and we haven't done any of our dailies yet, but it might be late in the night for you, I don't know, so I'll give you benefit of doubt. You still got about 8 hours or so to get them done, so we'll forgive them for now. Let's have a quick look at the quests. Hope these are all done. This is more just a formality by this point. You guys all know to make sure you get all these done. Very good. Do you have lots of keys? No, okay. So Blue was like, help me leveling characters and stuff like that. Instantly looking at this, like, you need to just start using resources. So if you guys are watching this and you have this many time limit keys, use them. Otherwise, I'm coming for you. Make sure you use them. You want to be able to finish this for diamonds. Make sure you clear this, and obviously start working your way through these. So let's have 156 anvils and 12 SA coins. So you need both of these, right? So you need to be smashing through those. We'll build a team for that a little bit later. That's the first thing I've noticed, is if you're trying to level up people more and you need more help with boss battles, you should be making sure you maximize all your resources that you do have. So that's the first point. Let's have a quick look. Patrols, have you set your patrols? Doesn't look like it. You have, that's alright. Boss battles haven't been done yet either. Demonic beasts haven't been done, neither has knighthood. Okay, so all this stuff. Okay, so you got 10 relics from bird, 4 from deer, 1. So it looks like Skull and Hardy's kind of where you tapped out. I had a very brief look at a sneak peek at his box CC. I think we're somewhere around the 6.5 mil mark, so you definitely should be able to start doing dog. Oh wait, never mind, you can do dogs. You've got 20 Twilight sources. Okay, so we'll have to have a look at the teams and stuff, but you did say you want some help with the teams. That's okay, we can look at that as well. Training grottos 8. Bam. When you guys say you want help leveling characters and what to do, right? Love helping you. Don't get me wrong, I'm all about helping you. But how do I say this in the nicest way possible? Don't come to me and say, Dan, I don't know, Brodanian, I don't know how to level my resources. I don't know how to level my team. I don't have enough. My people aren't high enough levels. When you have 18 keys, when you have 9 time limit dungeon keys, like, this is the stuff that helps you level up your units, right? Like, this is the stuff that you can start using. I reckon I'm going to go into the inventory and there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff that you could be using as well. So look, I'm always here to help, and send me your accounts if you want me to review them. But like, you need to be doing these things, right? Same thing with Hero Arena. Hero Arena hasn't been done. Even if you're not doing it for the LR stuff, which is the only reason you should be doing it. You have UR pendants, you have SA coins. All this stuff is going to help your account, right? Like, and it's now 8 hours to finish that Hero Arena. So let's see if they get it done. Reverse stages. Okay, barely started reverse stages. Specials done, that's an easy one. These two will definitely be able to get done. like if you level up some of your units. So this is definitely worth doing just for some free diamonds and some SSR pendants. Let's have a look. Memory of Tower, 6 out of 10. Shouldn't really be that high. You should be working your way through it. You want to be buying those. Okay. Like I said, we're moving fast through this so we can start building up the other stuff. No labyrinth, no underground boss. Alright, let's have a look at this. This is going to hurt, I think. Okay, so instantly there is another 13 mil. You don't really need the money though, to be fair, so that's okay. This is useful to be using. You should be using these on your units to give them additional like pieces of equipment. Yeah, okay, that's not too bad. I was expecting more Sarah Spire coins here, to be honest. So it's good that they don't. There's another 11, so there's another 50 keys. You can use those on books. You can use those on gold farming, potions, whatever you need, right? And you have a lot of these. Okay. We are using these resources, though. That's good. That's not good. That's a lot. And only 6 of these. So you probably... I mean, it's not worth downgrading these, but if you have a lot of level 90s, you should be leveling those up. But I suppose you don't have enough of these. So maybe you are. Curious as to how you've got so many of these. Wow, lots of potions. You can get a heck of a lot more anvils. Lots of these. Okay, 23,000 enhancement stones and that much. Okay, there is definitely like for this 11. That's a full. That's 2 full people plus all these stones. You could start really putting a chunk into that cash stack. You're running low on these blue things as well, aren't you? Okay, so look, actually, I take it's not as bad as I thought it was because like all the stuff you've got needs some other stuff to level up, right? So it's not looking atrocious. The only thing that definitely needs more love is the SA coins or the anvils, and the gearing is probably going to needs a bit of love as well. One thing I do want to have a quick look at actually is let's have a quick look in the knighthood to see if you're spending your. Nope, you haven't even entered your knighthood. Oh, I suppose it actually reset. That's okay, it reset. So let's have a look. You've got a Purgatory Mallet with a costume. So I'm expecting something. You have 4,900. Okay, you should be buying these all the time. And these, right? And then honestly, probably these as well, even though you have 253. So just make sure you spend all of these. I'm jumping around a bit, apologies fam, but I'm a little concerned. Like I'm trying to do it in some sort of order so that we have an semblance of like the resources we have before we start like building out different like teams. Like the boss battles and the PvP and a brawl. Curious to see his brawl. Okay, so you do have a team? Yeah, 693. Okay, yeah, you're way down lower than you should be. You could be a lot higher. Have you spent any of the... Do you have any... No, okay, you don't. So, brawl sucks, fam. I get it. But, like, it is helpful. Like, this shop is helpful, right? It gives you... these guys, it gives you these guys, it gives you SSR pendants, and then at the top level it gives you these as well. So it is worth doing, as much as a pain in the butt it is definitely worth doing. Okay. I think we've sped through that in a lot quicker than we usually do. But we're going to jump into his... So, Knighthood, so quickly recap. Special dungeon needs to be done. All of these need to be used. Training grotto needs to be cleared and pumped through. Boss battle needs to be... Knighthood boss battle needs to be done. Demonic beast needs to be done every week. Hero arena needs to be done every week. Like, these are things that you should just be doing on your account. Sure, like, not everyone plays every day like I do. But this is the stuff you want to be doing. Look, I'm going to presume that if you're asking me for an account review, you're going to want to be playing, you want to be better at the game and you want to have a better box CC and you want to have more relics and stuff like that, right? Like I presume I'm not reviewing people that don't really care too much and just, you know, are happy just playing casually. Because that's the case, you probably wouldn't ask me to help you fix your account, right? That's what I'm going in with a presumption here. So, let's have a quick look at the shop. Okay, no silvers, so that's good. It means you're spending them. 1,200 is fine and 171. Okay, so this is actually looking pretty good. These are all max levels as well. Okay, good. Max level Freya, so that's cool to see. Instantly. Let's look, screw it. Let's just jump straight in. So there you go, 6.5 mil box. And we're going to filter by combat class. Purgatory Melee's at the top. So 68k at 2.6. Max cosmetics, max weapons. Okay. So the one thing I will say is, I don't know whether this is accidental or deliberate, but like obviously you guys can only have 5 pieces of equipment up on the coat hanger, which actually contribute to stats. So I would always recommend not, like, this seems to be a little bit of wasted resources here. Like that's another 2 only for melee that is not worth investing in. Like I said, maybe it's because like carrot and stuff. I'm trying to think. I know that this one is also for the other melees as well, but I'm not sure about the other ones. So just be careful you're not using resources. Okay, that's fine. That's good. 5, 3 out of 6, 66k. HP defense, fully geared. Okay, so you like, at 6.5 mil, I presume you know what you're doing in terms of equipment and gearing. Attack crit, HP defense. Okay, this is all looking pretty solid. I presume this is just engraved gear. Yep, is that? That was LR Liz for a second because of the way it was all designed, and I was about to get very, very pumped. But LR Liz should be up here. Okay, so you don't have any LRs, and you're on 60. So yeah, we're not doing a Heroes Arena. Right, that's the first thing. So the Heroes Arena is what you should be doing to make sure you're maximizing all that stuff. Attack, crit damage HP is probably from Purgatory Barn. That's fine. HP crit. Go attack crit on her, but I get you wanted to survive. Okay, so yeah, we've got a lot more gearing to do all the way down. So like, okay, let's go back to this. So first thing I would do is make sure all your units you use all the time have the full 5-star plus 5 gear. So that's fine, she doesn't need it, but let's look at your Chandler, right? Actually, there was another Chandler there higher, wasn't there? Where is he? There he is. Does he have... Okay, so the first thing I would do, because it looks like you've built your demon team quite nicely. So you've got the makings or the start of a demon team, and you also have Cusack here as well, although attack crit is not what you want on him, you want HP defense on him. So what I would do is, that would probably be my first point of call, or at least I'd start breaking down, like, okay, what teams do I want to invest in, right? So the usual stuff is he's working away, this is fine, he's working up in terms of all the different units he wants. As always, guys, I always recommend almost just pulling off all the gear and starting from, actually no, pulling off all the gear is probably over-exaggeration, but like, kind of starting from scratch in terms of, okay, how do you want to go about gearing your box? What you really want to do is have everyone on HP defense excusez-moi, as a standard, right? Now, if that unit doesn't want HP defense, like let's say it's Roxy and she works really well with attack crit, make sure your Roxy has attack crit on her, and then from there, build every other Roxy that you've got on HP defense. Or let's say you've got attack crit resistance, like you've got on Thonar here, Rooms engraved, perfect, right? And then from there, what you do is you then have your other Thonars on HP defense. So just make sure that's how you get the most out of your box, having everyone on HP defense, but obviously some units don't want to have that, right? So that's kind of where you'd start in your equipment, and you want to get to a point where you are... Is everyone yellow starred? Yeah, okay, so you want to get everyone to have at least fully awakened in terms of their stars. Everyone's UR, which is really good. You want to have everyone at gold stars, so you can do that at the moment, especially during the festival. There's double resources available. It's got 191 mil, so I'd recommend blue just go around to all the different chapters, make sure you do the demonic beast battle, and then donate 20k, and then you get like 40% off, and you can buy all the stuff. I think it costs, I think if you do all of it every time, you get like 2 stars per day, so very quickly you could start working your way through and leveling up all the box CC here, and then you basically can also go to Post Town Tala and buy the HP sets from him for a discounted price as well, and then you'll be able to gear basically, I think it's 1.5 people every day with HP defense gear, and then you can slowly work your way down and do everyone. It's a bit of a process, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely worth it when you get to a point where your box is nice and clean and you have everyone with the gear they want. Now, main point of today was to start building through boss battles as well as PvP teams and stuff like that for blue, so we're going to get stuck into that. So first thing I would start off with when you're trying to build a team like this is I'd start off by your race, right? Now, in terms of that, it's like, okay, do you want to build a demon team? Do you want to build giants? Not really that important, not really that great at the moment. Do you want to build a human team? Do you want to build... Don't really want to build a fairy team at the moment, but it does look like he's actually got the nicer lane, which is cool. So that actually isn't the worst team. I just did a video on that lane, and that was actually a lot of fun. Goddesses or unknowns. Now at the moment the meta is pretty much demons, humans, or unknowns. Now the meta around humans is based around LR Escanor as well as having Roxy's relic. So because Roxy's not even leveled, I don't think you're even close to getting her relic, right? 2 out of 15. So that could be the first one you get if that's the team you want to build, but I probably wouldn't recommend it. Let's have a look at the unknowns. So you've got Hell, you've got Nanashi. Nanashi Holy Relic? You don't, so you need Nanashi Holy Relic. Yeah, okay, so you don't have Tyr, you've got Freya, but yeah, so like it looks like Demons is probably going to be your choice at the moment for your PvP team. And I'm a little bit biased, I'm a little bit over Demons, but it looks to be your best bet. So what I would do for you is I'd build a Demon team. Where's your PvP? So yeah, this definitely works. This is definitely a good start, and you can have Escanor on the back. This probably you'd change, so you'd swap this to Demon King. So what I would probably end up happening is you would go Races, and then you'd go Demon King here. Yep, just replace them. You'd have Lost Vein, Estarossa, and then you could have a channel on the back. But what I would probably do is I'd have Cusack in the back. Right, this would be my team for demons. You can get away with going second. But the other artifact card set you want, and let's hope you've got it. Yes, is this one. So you want to get this one to max, and then this can basically be your team. So you want to also move this. So you have Demon King with Tamil Link, and then you can probably put Green Sariel Link on Estarossa, so they're all debuffed, and then you'll be able to just go nuts with Melee, and then here you pretty much want to put any high duped festival unit you've got. This would be close to the team I would run, and then you'd have everyone on HP defense, right? So Melee's got HP defense. Yep, perfect. I'd engrave this. It's a bit, these rolls are a bit low, so I'd also make sure you roll these a lot higher. I get you re-roll them just to have them there, but I'd make sure they go higher. And this is where also things like this comes in really helpful for Brawl and things like that, right? This is why you want to make sure you make the most use of your shops, because then you'll be able to engrave all your gear, and then HP defense on him as well. That's pretty much the team I would run. Same thing with here. I'd make sure that Demon King has Tamil Link. Demon King having Tamil Link is always just so insanely grossly broken. Where's Green Sariel? There we go. L. Right, so this would be the team you'd run for Fire Festival. Again, I would probably replace Estarossa with Cusack in the back. It depends. Like you can also have, you could bring out Counter Chandler if you wanted to, and then take all the pressure off the Demon King once they kill someone. Then you have to rely on getting a counter card though, so it's not as effective. Whereas Cusack just basically decreases their crit chance, crit damage, and also increases attack-related stats for you. So I find he's just a really good, solid choice for the backline. So that's probably what I'd start with your PvP team. If you wanted to start building out like an unknown or something, there's a lot more that you need. Philo's a great start, but like you'd be looking at Hell, you'd want Tyr, you'd want Freya, and then you'd want Nanashi in the back with his Holy Relic, right? So these two are kind of a bit more key, or you need to have a few more like collab characters, like maybe a Echidna or Rimuru or someone like that to kind of really flesh out this unknown team a little more. And same thing with humans, you could get away with the one ultimate, but having like Roxy with Holy Relic, and then also having wherever he is the one ult, yeah, the LR Escanor is kind of key for this team. And like things like Halloween Gotha or the Green Arthur, wherever he is. That's the other kind of two teams you can have. Let's have a quick look at Brawl. This is fine. This is Ult Rush. Zero problems with this. This is Demon Team. Cool. Again, I'd probably just switch this around for an actual Demon team. Well, for the actual Demon King, which I find it's a little bit more effective. And then no real issues with this at all. The only thing I could maybe think of is maybe run like a Goddess team instead. You do have the makings of one, so you can put Mael, you can put Margaret, you can put Green Sariel or Liz if you wanted to. That's probably the only other option I would have, and then just make sure you're using the right card sets. Because it does look like you do have a few card sets, or at least a couple. Damaged allies. Yeah, so it's better. It looks like you've got them just set in terms of like max CC. I'd probably swap these around and put it more for, there you go, increases allies' basic stats by 2% for each goddess ally in the battlefield. So I'd probably max this out, and then use the card sets themselves, because then you've got the demon card set here, here, right, and then you've got the goddess card set here, and you can change this to goddesses. That'll be a really solid start. Same thing with PvP, this is kind of what I'd recommend having as a demon team. You don't really have too much else built out at the moment. If you're working on building out the other ones, then that'll work, but you're a fair way away from doing that. Death matches, okay, red demon deathmatch is super straightforward. I'm not really going to bother with a team for that. You can pretty much just use anyone. So, like, yeah, any of these will work. Death matches are pretty easy. I think probably what's more important maybe is actually if we set some demonic beasts, right? So that's kind of going to be start at team 5. So what I would probably do is for demonic beasts, right? Let's say you're doing bird, you'd have something like Magelda, of course. Then you'd maybe run like Deanne, the one ultimate Escanor. Like, this is a pretty, you've got all the makings of the team for it here. So, like, in short, I'd probably do something. Do this, and you could do like a death damage team, right? If I can type. Go. So I do that. And then here, now this is the thing, you could run another death damage, so you could actually run Freya if you wanted to, and then just use a death damage of these two, or level up Roxy and use Roxy. Alternatively, if you want to try and be safe though, is you would run Deanne. That'll just give you a good taunt. Those two will do your damage, she'll heal up, and that's basically a bird team. Nice and straightforward. In terms of deer, you pretty much have all of the makings of my favorite team, which is basically just king, you then run, if I can spell, you then run Yorm, and you have the one ultimate, and then obviously the links and stuff aren't quite accurate, but you'd move the links around, and then you'd also run Freya. This is by far my favorite team for deer, and it's just really convenient and easy. Otherwise, you can pretty much change this up as you want to. And then lucky last for dogs, it doesn't look like you're quite ready to do snake yet, which is fine. I'd focus on getting all of the bird and deer relics first. You don't really want to start doing snake unless you're just farming first floor until you've got Freya with holy relic, and then ideally like Summer Margaret or LR Liz is really what makes it easiest. And then for dogs, LR Escanor is perfectly fine. You could then run Trader Melly again as well if you wanted to. Over here is, I always lose Trader Melly whenever I'm searching through this. And if you guys have, if you watched a few of my videos, you might have noticed that I can just never find Melly. There he is. You put Melly in again, and then you'd obviously have Thona, right? With Tamio Link. And then if you need some more heals, I would run Green Liz. Right, she'll keep your team alive. Alternatively, you can also put Demon King in here. You can use, actually, sorry, I lied. You want Freya, because Freya will stop the ignites, right? So Freya's great here. And then here, like I said, you can maybe run the one ultimate, or if you're taking too much damage and you're dying too much, then you can run Green Liz. Trader Melly is really good for this as well. Alternatively, I think now I run like a Ragnarok team. There's lots of different combos you can use for dogs now, but those are kind of like my 3 favorite teams. Like I said, they're a little bit more safe and consistent, but if you want to do more like speed runs and stuff, you could put Roxy in here instead. You can do Freya for another bit of damage. Same thing with here, this is a pretty solid team. Roxy will take a good replacement for King. And then here, yeah, like I said, you can replace this with the one ultimate or anything like that. If you're doing first floor of Snake, then you will want to be running, no, it's this Valenti. No, it's this Valenti. So this Valenti is the one you want, right? And then you also want Brawler Barn. But like these take a bit of leveling up as well. So like you need to make sure that they all have the right gearing as well. So this would be the team you'd run, but you'd want to have him at least probably level 100. Same thing with her with at least some stars, and you'd want triple defense on both of these with resistance rolls in the middle. And that'll mean you just won't take damage. The idea is basically just have a King Shield the whole time, and then use Trader Melly to do the damage. So that's kind of how I set it up for all the different demonic beasts. If this was my account, and then once you go into deathmatch again, these are a little bit more straightforward. Like with death matches, you pretty much just want to pick Summer. You don't have Summer. Oh, she's right there. Summer Deanne. So Summer Deanne will carry you through most of these. Like everything is pretty straightforward up until Belmoth. This is a good Belmoth team. The only other option is rather than having, if you find someone that has a Zenarian and does the cleanse for you already in terms of your AI, you can swap this for a Gotha, and then you can do rank 3s on these two, which is really strong, and then swap this out for Alione in the back, or even Death Pierce, either one. I think Alione works a little bit better for this. And then for Original Demon, this team's not bad. I would probably... Losfane is by far the best choice here. Alternatively, you could also use Trader Melee for this. You could use the One Ultimate. This is a good team for rank up. In the back, I'd probably have like Brawl or Barn. Wherever he is. This Barn. He'll just help you do a bit more damage with these guys because you don't really want to die. So in fact, you know what you do is you would bring Freya in here. Have Mael link on Freya for the cleave card. And this would be the team setup that I would have for the Original Demon as well. So yeah, that's kind of the setup that I would run. This is kind of more of an account review / fixing, I guess. But yeah, so in short, that would be the teams that I'd run for all the different bosses and stuff that you're kind of going to run into. I'd start by making sure you're gearing everyone and using your resources right. You want to make sure wherever they are. This will really help your team. Try and start working towards engraving a couple more people. Make sure you're using all the resources in terms of the Knighthood shop, the Brawl shop, all of those. They'll give you what you need in terms of that. And also just use your Fort Solgris keys, please, everyone. As well as your training grottos. Like the fact that you need to engrave people and you have 11 of those things, 11 of those equipments at 5-star that you can use for basically 2 full people. You then have 18 training grottos that you can farm to get engravement stones, sorry. And then you also have 9 out of 10 of these to then get anvils if you need to reroll, as well as SA coins. So you've got a bit to do, Blue. I hope that helps. I hope you guys all enjoy that. And as always, I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.